Hello everyone, my name is Miller and welcome back to a new season video, and today is a big one. First, the standard talk about the cars you can expect this season and some information about them, followed by the events such as an Evo Cup, but then Le Moment Supreme, a word on the 2.10 update that will drop this season, bringing the biggest game changer since the implementation of Legends. Spoiler, it includes a McLaren F1 LM. And then to close off, a small word on rumors arising on Tempest 4 happening this year. So let's get into it. Like usual, first things first, claiming of the milestone car of the previous season, in this case the Nissan Juke R2.0. A monster sleeper that looks like it's a slightly tuned Juke that you would see on the road and probably laugh at, but once you know what hides under that hood, you would stop laughing immediately. A GTR engine brings this $500,000 beast to life. But how good is it overall as a car? Well, acceleration wise, it's definitely great. On runs, it tied with the regular GTR, and it's as fast as a 458 Spider on a 0 to 60 run. And it also being a shorter wheelbase must make it fun and snappy to drive around with on a racetrack. If you want to know some more about the car and some facts about it, make sure that you check out my Season Max video of the previous season. I have went a full 4 minutes long on this car. In game, in terms of performance, it runs below 10.6, which isn't bad, and as for now it seems to only be coming in one color. I do hope that there are more hidden specs though, because in white it would even look more like a soccer mom car. Between all the SUVs we have in tier 4 though, I think this one would be my favorite. Onto this season and my favorite season prize / milestone car of the 2.9.0 update, the Bmw i8 Liberty Walk. And this thing is a mean machine. It's been a while since we had Liberty Walk for a prize, a bit too long ago because I really love these cars. The Bmw i8 has been in game for quite a long time now, and the Liberty Walk kit does already exist since October 2018, where images of the car popped up, with it even carrying the CSR 2 sticker on the bumper. So why did it take so long to get the kit into the game? This car is great, and it's a shame I won't be able to run for top 10, because usually the top 10 kit is slightly different and better looking, with mostly a big wing on the back, and who doesn't like that? Also, it comes in black and it just looks so clean and good. For us milestone players, we will have to settle with the white version you saw earlier on the picture without the big wing. It will be a great car nonetheless, and also it will be nice to put it next to my i8 in the ACS 8 as a collector piece. And another good thing is the fact that the stage 6 parts do share, which means that if you want to upgrade it, you might already have a stage 6 part laying around. In terms of performance, I haven't had the time to try it out yet, but I don't think it will be one of the faster cars, basing myself on how fast the i8 and the ACS 8 are, but for that I would like to say wait for the Season Max video that will come out in a couple of days. The prestige car, the Maserati Gran Turismo MC Stradale, the milestone car of season 77, which was roughly May of last year. So it's a car many could already potentially have if you have been playing for almost a year by now. But if you don't, no worries, it's a nice collector piece because it is a car many do actually like. I know it's one of my best mate's favorite cars, for example, so I really hope he can maybe pull a second or a third spec this season. The Gran Turismo is a tier 4 car which in terms of performance is a bit lacking and underwhelming, as it is in the lower half of its class with an 11.8, and it has a kinda iffy shift pattern. So to me it's really not that much of a car that I'm looking forward to upgrade, and I would rather keep it stock. But on the other hand, once I will have to use it for my Season Max video and I have to do some research, I might start to appreciate it a bit more, but for now I must stay neutral. Tomorrow starts the 10 times drop rates on the silver crates. Good luck for it, I will try to save my silver keys for this season. Now the events, and there is only one big one expected this season, the Evo Cup for the SCG 004CS, where you will have to use this bad boy, the 004C, the car that for a short time held the record for the fastest ever milestone car until it got beaten by the Copo Camaro. The Scuderia Cameron Glickenhaus 004C was a milestone in season number 72, which has been a little bit less than a year ago to my surprise, because it really felt a lot longer, completely forgotten about it to be honest. In terms of difficulty, it might be one of the hardest Evo Cups to date, mostly due to SCG not having many cars in game, making fusion parts rather rare, so I expect it to be at the same level of the Zenvo we had. so there will be definitely a challenge on our hands if you want to get this version, which I mistakenly said would be slower due to it being a road legal version, but the 004 CS will actually be more performant, and that is due to the fact that the 004C was built within a competitive racing regulations, while this street legal track version will be running a heavily tuned VR38 DETD, the same engine you can find in the GTR R35. I will go more in depth on the car in another video, but it's definitely a car worth going for, as according to screenshots it might run a low 7.2. I haven't tried it out yet myself. The event will start on March 5th, which is surprisingly on the final day of this season, so I don't know if it really counts in. On to the main talking point of this video, the 2.10 update, which for now dropped only to a few number of players. This update is an absolute game changer and will change people's perception on the game tremendously. We finally are stepping baby steps towards customization, and no, not just stripes on a car, I'm talking about full-fledged liveries, opportunity to put your own game name, crew name or country flag on the car, changing the rims, new license plates, and also get stars and unlocking fusion slots, making your cars faster. From the way that it works, to my understanding, is that you will have to use a separate new currency that isn't car specific that you can use to unlock one by one a type of upgrade. There are 50 upgrades in total, and to buy them you will have to use a combination of 4 rarities within the currency. It goes from most common and least worth it, the green parts, to most valuable, yellow or gold currency. To obtain these currencies there will be events like Izzy's Back and showdowns, which will return commonly, I assume. Once you have gotten a total of 8 cars to level 50, which they call maxed out, you will get a Ford GT40 with a special livery. For now, the 8 cars in this pool that are customizable are the Mustang Boss, which will work like a trial car like the 250 GTO was for when Legends got launched, then the Jaguar XJ220, Aston Martin DB5, Ferrari 250 GTO, Plymouth Cuda, the Pontiac GTO, and the Celine S7. And seeing the video put out by Natural Motion, it really does look like something quite promising. The story behind the F1 LM for now seems to be rather unknown, but I presume that there will be a second batch of cars, being the other Legends, the 300 SL, the AC Cobra, Corvette C3, NSXR, Countach, Carrera GT, EB110, and maybe even the F1 itself, and if you complete all those, in combination with completing all the first ones, you will win this F1 LM, basically Legends 2.0, but instead of restoring, you go to customizing them. However, this is not confirmed yet. And I don't think this will be limited to only Legends cars. This is just an entry to try to see how it works out, but this could well grow to maybe the full game, becoming all cars customizable. However, that can be a little bit too far-fetched. But I'm definitely looking forward to it, and I'm also quite curious how adding stars and fusion slots will pay out towards record times, because these cars will all become faster and maybe become more useful. But what I like the most is the ability to see people run customized cars with different combinations, making all of them kind of unique in their own way. Now the final thing before I close off is a rumor on Tempest 4 that might be coming this year by July or August, according to a source which can be deemed as trustworthy. Reddit user and former moderator of the CSR Reddit page Green Dice kind of suddenly disappeared from the page, with then making a return, seemingly having obtained a job as a Facebook page moderator for CSR Racing. This can be extracted from some of his messages on the page and some of the provided insights. Then rumors appeared at the beginning of this year out of nowhere of Tempest 4 coming in Q2 of 2020, but I was skeptical and asked for proof, me being me, and then this picture was shown to me. A chat conversation from early February of this year with him confirming that it will be by the end of spring, perhaps by the beginning of summer. So that does sound promising and the most solid hint towards Tempest 4 so far, because it's been almost 1.5 years ago since Tempest 3 was released. But of course this doesn't mean anything, because it can always change, and definitely with Elite Customs being such a game changer right now, but it did raise my curiosity and a bit my hype perhaps. This is just something I added last minute that I couldn't not share. At some point of time we might expect the new Noble M500 to be added to the game. And that assumption can be made through this Twitter post put up by Noble Automotive showing initial renders of the concept of the Noble M500 with a courtesy to CSR Racing. which means that the model might already be made by Natural Motion and be ready to be implemented in the game when the car is officially launched. It's kinda cool to see how companies now use racing games and its designers to put out real life cars, and also how important CSR can be for the automotive industry. Look at how the Huayra Roadster BC got released, or the 110. CSR is actually having a big impact into this scene. So that was it for this season. Lots of things to talk about, and I can't wait for the update so I can upgrade my Mustang Boss to 3 stars and get to know how the new playstyle works out, and maybe try to find some tricks very early on. I expect the update to drop this season to everyone within the next week. If you enjoyed the video, do not hesitate to leave a like, subscribe for more content like this, share this with all your friends, the more info is known the better. My name is Mille, see you around and keep racing.